So I'm getting my onions and carrots ready for the veggie shepherd's pie. And I'm using Beyond Burger. You can also buy the ground Beyond Burger if you want. I didn't have any. I'm just going to defrost a couple of those and saute it up with the veggies. So I'm dicing up the carrots and the onion. So my cutting board keeps moving around, so I'm going to put the J cloth underneath it, a wet J cloth. And this doesn't have to be a vegetarian dish. You can also use ground beef in this recipe. So I'm going to finish this up. I have some crushed garlic in here also. So for the veggie shepherd pie, I'm going to add some oil to the pan, my frying pan, and I'm going to saute the Beyond Veggie Burger. You can also buy the ground one, as I said before. I didn't have any. I just defrosted it in the microwave for a couple minutes. We're going to saute this for about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so now to the veggie grounds, I'm going to add onion, carrots, and garlic. I'm going to add a little sprinkle of Italian seasoning, about a teaspoon. We're going to let this continue to saute for the vegetables to get a little soft, about 3 minutes. Now to the veggie grounds, we're going to add some Worcestershire sauce, about 2 tablespoons. And we're going to add about 2 cups of water to let this cook. So we're going to let this simmer until all the liquid is dried down and absorbed and all the flavor is in there. This is cooking down nicely. Gonna give it 5 more minutes. Add in some black pepper. And I'm also gonna add some ground hot pepper. This is optional. So I'm gonna add some frozen corn. So this is basically finished here. And now we're going to assemble the shepherd's pie. Today we're going to make some creamy mashed potato lump free. And I'm using the rustic potatoes. It's like bacon potatoes with a very brown skin. These are best for mashing, like it becomes nice and dry and it's not watery. So I'm going to peel these and cube it up and get it on the stove. So we're going to cube the potato for the mashed potato. So depending on your size, these are medium size, so I'm just cutting it in four. And an additional nice flavor to mashed potato is if you add like a couple cloves of garlic when you're putting it to cook. We're going to put the potato on to boil now. It's probably going to take around 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how much potato you're cooking and how big you cut it. Add salt to the water. So the potatoes nice and soft. We're going to drain this now. So after you've drained the potatoes, you can add it back to the pot and put it on the stove on a very, very low setting for about a minute, and all the liquid will absorb. This is what the potato looks like when you let it dry out. So for the mashed potato, I'm going to add my butter to the bottom of the dish so that while I mash the potato, it can melt. So I have a potato ricer. You can use a potato masher. You can also use a fork. Mine comes with two. This, I'm going to use the one with the bigger hole. With a ricer, you're sure to never have any lumps in your potato. So to the mashed potatoes, I'm going to add some cream. You could also use whole milk. Now, if I was making a big batch of potatoes, I would have warmed up the cream or the milk. But because this is just a small batch, it's not necessary. So it needs a little bit more salt. I'm also going to add some cracked black pepper. If you don't like the look of black pepper in it, you can add white pepper. Okay, so we're going to put this into the dish. I'm going to put a little bit of corn on the top again. This is just frozen corn. And some peas. Now we're going to put the mashed potato on the top. So if you don't tell anybody that this is not ground beef, they won't even know because it tastes almost the same. And for that classic shepherd's pie look, we're going to take the fork and just drag it all the way down. We're gonna put this to bake 375 for about 25 minutes just to get the potato some color on top, because remember everything is already cooked. So this is what the shepherd's pie looks like when it's finished. I baked it at 375 for about 35 minutes, and then I turned on the broiler for 2 minutes. Thanks for watching.